Hi, I'm Charcy. Some of you may know me from there's Sizzle Diva out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is the IM4GOD podcast, and this is where we allow people to tell their testimony of all walks of life. I want to welcome Miss Blossom today. She's a special guest. Miss Blossom, can you introduce yourself and let these lovely people know about all the things you're doing in your book and where to find your book at, please?
Hello, my name is Blossom Rogers, and I want to say thank you for allowing me to hang out with you.
Well, thank you for coming.
God is just good.
Yes.
I do want the listeners to know I love to laugh and have a good time because laughter is good for the soul. God has blessed me. I was on crack cocaine for 19 years, but God, I have 17 years clean. I'm the author of 4 books, From Under a Bridge 1, From Under a Bridge 2, and They Laugh and When They Laugh.
Where can they find the books at?
You can go to Barnes & Noble and Amazon. Like I said, the book is not to hurt anyone. The book is to help.
Okay.
Where you want me to start?
You have a show too.
Yeah, I got a show from Up Under the Bridge. It's with HSBN TV.
And what day is it at?
I air every Friday. And it's just I bring people on telling their testimony because you know what? We need to help people, you know, just sitting back. Once we've been delivered from anything, we need to share our story because somebody's going through what we've been through.
Right.
You know? One thing about me, I'm not ashamed of nothing that I've done, and I put everything in the book. And you know, you have people try to throw your past up, and I say, if I put it on page 23, I don't care what you say or think about me. You know what I'm saying? So let's not get it twisted.
How you say, if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story.
It's on page 50.
And you got a chance to do your first movie. You played a grandmother of Grandmother's Faith. Y'all got to check it out. It's coming soon.
And when I tell you, girl, I'm having a good time, and I thank God for the wig you bought me, cause baby, and the makeup, girl, like they had me looking like somebody's great grandmama. But I'm having it's just truly a blessing, because, and just to see where God's brought me from, because I literally slept up under a bridge in the back seat of my car. It was a 1993 Dynasty, but God has blessed me where they called me and they wanted me to play this part. And the blessing about it, I didn't even have to audition for it. So
you fit it perfect, honey. Like nailed it. When I say grandma, she give you grandma with a faith now. And you fit it perfect, especially for everything you've been through. So it's a true testimony.
And you know what? And I tell a lot of people, I wear a partial and I'm playing the part without my teeth. And so that just lets you know you got to know who you are.
Right.
And who you belong to.
Right.
Because, like I said, I've done some things out there, but I'm not going to tell them everything in the book. They got to go buy.
Right.
But I'm going to give you a little taste of it.
Right.
You don't fill them up. You just give them a little something.
Enough,
Take the dust off their stomach, the ribs. But in book 1, I talk about going through child abuse. You know, I'm 55 years young, and in my days, we couldn't talk about stuff like that. And, you know, and one thing about it, when we say whatever happens in the house stays in the house, we're just as sick as our secrets.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what occurred. And then I talk about how I got pregnant at an early age, thinking that the guy was going to take me away from that. Got married at an early age. As a matter of fact, my first husband and I were stationed here, Fort Bragg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got married right there in Dillon, South Carolina. And I talk about how I got with a guy that was already on crack cocaine. And I don't know why we think we can change people. You know, I was young and dumb back then. I tried to take somebody else's man. Thought the grass was green on the other side, but when I flipped it up, it was muddy. So, you know, when he started beating me and taking my money, I said, well, I might as well join him. because I was a people pleaser, because you know what, my childhood had been snatched from me, and I just didn't feel like I fit in. And at that time, now I don't think like this now. And I want a lady, a woman, a girl, even guys now. If they gotta beat you, they don't love you.
No.
But I used to think that if a man didn't beat me, let me repeat this real slow.
Yeah, please. For the people in the back, they can hear you.
Yes. I don't think like that now. But you know what? When he beat me, girl, you know, I have large lips, so the lips was all the way around to the other ear, telling me leave him. And my eye was over that way, and I said he loved me. But you know what? That's the stuff. That was the enemy that had me oppression spirit.
Yes.
So, like I said, I want you to hear me very well. I did not say he's supposed to beat you. If they love you, they can't re-raise you anyway.
That
you know what I'm saying? So anybody that's going through that right now, please get out the situation. You know, so many women and men are getting hurt by somebody who said they love them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a coward that beats on a person.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, but they won't fight a man. You know what I mean?
No,
yeah.
they won't.
So, and then you got children being bullied too. So if you're being hit on, do something about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
At
saying?
least let somebody know.
Right. Not being violent with it. Book number 2, I talk about how I've been to prison. My prison number is 589931. I was in a forestry camp. We chopped trees. One girl on one side, I'm on the other side, singing them old songs down. You know, when I got there, I'm thinking they said, if you see a little brown speck on the baby Christmas tree, pull it up. So, girl, I had a whole garbage bag full of Christmas trees finna go to lock for destroying state property. They said pick the brown part off, not the whole tree. But while I was in prison, I lost my brother, so I didn't get to come and say goodbye to him. While I was in prison, I talk about how I was an unfit mother. My great-grandmother and my mother raised my children because I picked men, women, dope, alcohol over them. And I wasn't sad about it. You know, y'all stopping me from getting high. Anybody that's out there, any parent that's out there that has not been there for the kids, one thing, you got to forgive yourself. And then once you forgive yourself, then you can go and ask the children to forgive you. That's what God allowed me to do when I got a year clean. I was able to call each one of my little soldiers, they're grown now, and apologize for everything I had said and done. Because I was that kind of mother that sold that stuff, sold the food, you know what I'm saying? So, and my baby boy, I remember saying to my great-grandmother, I can't take care of him because I hadn't got on it real bad. One thing, too, is a dangerous thing because I used to laugh and pick at people, calling people crackheads, taking care of people's babies and all that. And I became the biggest crackhead and biggest babysitter. So you got to be careful how you put your mouth on people. I also talking about in book number 2 how I was mentally unbalanced at times. In Florida, if you have an addiction, alcohol or drugs, they consider that a disability. So I was getting a check. So, you know, girl, I remember one time they messed around and sent me back pay. Baby, $7,760.19.
Oh, you had a ball there.
Baby, it was so much of smoke coming out the windows at the hotel, they thought we was Indians in there. Baby, we were saying, woo, 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 woo. Had feathers and horses. Baby, I thought I was on raw hide. But you know what? God is good because my habit was $500 to $600 a day. And people say, well, how did you get all that? Well, you know, I was called a lady the other night. I'm just being polite. I was called lady of the night and day. You know what I'm saying? And then I've always been the class clown, making people laugh. So, you know, I would make them laugh. They all be on the corner. I go up there, can I get $1? And they give me $1. I straighten out real good. I say, now can I buy something for $1? You know, so I made them laugh. So, you know. So my nickname back home is B. You know, they used to hate to see me coming because I was one of the mean crackheads. You know how you look out the window and you say, "Here's come Mary." They used to look out the window, "Here come Blossom." They picked their whole house up and moved because I was that kind of person. But you know what it was? Because I had so much anger down inside.
Right.
I also talk about how God delivered me from a homosexual lifestyle because I had been molested and raped. I thought going with a woman was better, but as we know, that's not of God. That's a choice of a lifestyle.
Right.
With my stepfather, he was the one that inflicted this on me. God had to teach me how to forgive him because something had to have happened to him in order for him to inflict that on me. Because you just don't grow up saying, I want to molest a child. God has taught me how to forgive him because the forgiveness is not for them, it's for us.
Yes.
I also talk about how I was involved with the guy who was HIV positive. But God, I'm sitting here 17 years clean, don't have HIV, don't have AIDS. And, you have a lot of people, they always want to make it seem like it's so scientific. Your immune system was so strong. No, that was the blood that
Right,
covered
you
me.
better say it.
I just smoking crack, and then once they had diagnosed me bipolar, schizophrenic, what it was, I was major depressed. I was on crack. I wanted to do something about it, but I tell a lot of people I liked it smoking crack cocaine. I liked the lifestyle, I liked the hustle and all that. I didn't like the consequences that came with it because we have consequences in anything we say and do. But right now, I would rather for God to call me home before I would go back out there. I also talk about how I had a man to leave. And girl, this man left me. This brother was so fine, Lord. It left me for a man that looked like Gilgal. You remember Gilgal and Blown Out for 50 years? Just like that. You can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you.
I know you can't.
This happened for real. And so like I said, that I had to go through that right there. So self-esteem was low. And like I said, and let me get it right now. I just didn't end up under that bridge because of my childhood. I did some things out there. People couldn't trust me. You see that pretty outfit you got on? I'd have walked past you and took every color out of it. You'd be saying, well, why ain't got no color? Blossom came by, because I had done stole and lied. And, when you out there, you got to do what you got to do to get it. One thing I can say, I've done everything out there but slept with an animal. And this the God heaven truth. If the dope boy would say, sleep, Blossom, I'll give you an ounce, sleep with Lassie, I'd have slept with Lassie. I ain't gonna lie. But you know that commercial. I don't know if they play it up here, but you know that commercial where the dog got one eye. Please send 19 cents. That'd have been Lassie. Baby, I would have beat Lassie down. But I'm just saying, that
God is good.
Yes, he is. Because I'd have had me and Lassie would have had our own commercial. Yes. You know how Lassie, the little boy be talking to Lassie, what? Who saved who? She beat my eye. But you know what? And the good thing about it, because I can laugh.
Oh yeah, that's.
So when you can laugh, and because with so many people, I want somebody to hear me very well. It's two kinds of laughter. Are they laughing with you or at you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, and like when I was coming up, was at a house party, and I remember the first time somebody laughed at me. I was trying to pass around these broke up tater chips, and my cousin said to me, he said, "Sit down, baby, bubble lips." I cried. I cried. I wanted a lip operation at 10. But look at these people, they're going to get their lips blown. All I got to do is put some Vaseline on. Yeah, you got
It's funny you say that, because I said the same thing. I be like, they say with your full lips, and I was like, I try to dummy it down, but now you get older,
I
you
can't
realize,
dummy mine down. No,
you realize, like, no, they buying that, they want that.
Girl, I had some lipstick on the other day, looked like I had been licking grease all day. So, you just have to, you got to know who you are and who you belong to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now, as you see, I got this low haircut, like my brother over there, but I ain't ashamed about it.
And you look beautiful.
I'm going to roll up tonight with some rice in a minute, right? Yeah. Put a bang on the front right here.
Yes.
But like I said, God is just good. I love to laugh. I love to have a good time. I love to share my story because each time God allows me to share my story, it's more and more healing for me. Yes. Like I said, and I know somebody's out there going through what I've been through, you know what I'm saying, institutionalized, jail so many times, rehab after rehab. But like I tell everybody, you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a lot of people that tried to talk to me. I tried to do it for church. I tried to do it for children. I tried to do it for mama, for a man. But today, God bless me, I do it for Blossom.
Yes,
because, that's a drug, any kind of drug or alcohol, because I'm a drinking. I started drinking at the age of 5. You know how some children, they fall in love with a horse at a merry-go-round or a parade. I fell in love with a horse on Coke 45. You know that because my grandmother was taught that if a child had wingworm, to give him beer. So every Sunday was my medicine. That's what we used to call it. So I'm an ex-alcoholic as well. So I don't play with wine coolers. You know how some people go to that sip and paint? See, I can't do that because I've been to drink all the turpentine and everything. So I don't go to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I have some friends
Pour you some water.
No, I'm not going to set myself up like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know what you can do and what you can't do.
That's so true. That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? I've had people say, Blossom, if you come and go out with us, I'll watch out for you. But I'm like this. If I'm going to take a drink, if I want to take a drink, there's nothing you can do or say. So I don't put myself in particular. Now, I have some people that can put drinks and wine and put it down. See, I can't do that. And I'm just being honest.
Oh, yeah, and that's the best way to be.
Yeah, just being honest. So I love being clean and sober today. I love taking a bath because, see, back in the days, I looked like Tales from the Crypt and smelled like hot buttermilk because water didn't like me and I didn't like it. So you just got to be honest about this stuff. You have so many people talking, I did not like Get High. Yes, we did. You just didn't. I don't know what you had. See, I'm originally from down south, you know, down with them Puerto Ricans and them Haitians and stuff. So we had that good stuff. So I don't know what they talking about. But today, being able to go in a store and people not following me or I'm able to watch my grandchildren. I'm able to go in people's house now without picking up the whole couch and walking out selling it. You know, you done seen people with the bicycle on the bicycle with a couch. That was me. Baby, I used to steal so good. And so my last charge was an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's where that picture is from. But you know what? The reason I was so angry, because I had so much anger down inside, because people wouldn't let me tell my story. And then, like I said, I was mad because this happened to me. I was mad my mama didn't believe me. I was just mad, you know. So one night I was sitting in the crack house in Daytona Beach, and I was just so tired. My feet was tired. My eyelids were tired. Because I had been up for like 2 weeks. And just smoking. So, but this was a different kind of high that night. I just couldn't get high. And I remember I was in the kitchen and I took a piece of paper out of the purse and started writing God a letter. And see, because I had knew the Lord, but then I had backslid. And I don't know why people say when I found Jesus was never lost. I was the one in the crack house. But I remember the girl came in the kitchen and she brought me another hit of crack. And you know, I have people talking about, you didn't throw the crack away because he's talking to God. No, I still had to hustle for it. I wasn't finna throw nothing away. So at this time, you know, I'm smoking, lips all burnt up because I'm, you know, and fingertips, you know, because when you're using the lighter, all this just crusty, feet just flipped up. They were just jacked up. They was hanging back like this. I don't know why they was forward. I was just a hot mess. And the girl came in, brought me another piece. I said, the next time you see me, I'll be clean and sober. And she laughed. And so I went back to writing, took another hit, went back to writing, took another hit, and I put that stem down and put the purse on my shoulder, and I walked out that crack house. And I used to go check myself into the hospital to get ready for my check to come for the next month, you know, to recuperate. Because I know I used to get my check like 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. I was dead broke, you know what I'm saying? So this time I begged them. I said, y'all don't let me go till you find me a place. Because I hadn't started robbing people, you know. We out there homeless. We robbing other homeless people, you know what I'm saying? So I was just tired. And so God bless it, they sent me to Miami. And like I said, I've got some partners that got clean and sober in our hometown, but I wasn't one of them. So when they got me to Miami, I said, let me get my mind right, because the tricks I played in Daytona, they'll kill me down here. So God bless me, I went to an inpatient, and then I completed that. Then I did the outpatient, and I stayed down there. I changed my people, places, and things. Then God bless me, I got hired at a research company. God grandfathered me in and taught me everything, but I didn't have my paperwork. So what they did was, God bless me, I went to college down there, but I didn't have my high school diploma. So while I was taking my college course, I was doing my high school at the same time. Got remarried. That's how I ended up in Alabama. And I told my ex-husband, I said, nah, don't get me in Alabama and try to make a fool of me. He didn't listen. Till the woman called me and told me that she had been in my house. And back in the days, I was kind of a crackhead. If a bird got killed, we got to go get high. But at that time when that woman called, I'm being serious. Bird dead, let's go get high. We got to. You gonna have to do the wake and everything. You gotta say ashes to ashes.
Dust to dust.
Thank you. So we had to make the ashes. So dang. We wanted the bird to go out right.
I see.
Yeah. We wasn't see them pour no wine over no grave. We had to drink that. So when that woman told me, she called me and her voice is so pretty. She said, "Man, speak to Miss Blossom." I said, "Blossom." And so I said, well, this must be a bill collector. I said, "This is Blossom speaking." All of a sudden, she said, "I just want to tell you I've been in your house." Girl, I shook my head like a bulldog because I wanted to get my mind right.
Right.
I said, "You did what?" And she told me everything, described my house and everything. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I cried out to the Lord because back in the days, I went straight to the house. I remember I set the house on fire with me in it. I wouldn't have cared about setting on fire with you. And then I'd have got on somebody baby tricycle and got on the next day out of there. I'm just being honest.
Yes.
When I confronted my ex-husband, I almost gutted him like the fish, but the Lord turned me around. Because it wasn't enough for me to pull a switchblade. It's called me Switch Sally. I would pull it quick. But I remember if I was to act up or go back to smoking, I was going to die out there. So God bless me. He carried me through that, lost my home. Due to foreclosure because after the divorce I couldn't afford everything, but I didn't go back to getting high. Brand new car, repoed, but I didn't go back to getting high. So like I said, God bless me, I got 17 years clean, and that's by the grace of God. So I don't play with my recovery. I may laugh and all this, but I don't play with my recovery or my freedom now. So like I tell people, and I'm talking to anybody that's out there that's dealing with addiction right now, you can recover, but you're going to have to want it for yourself. You're going to have to deal with the hurt so that you can be healed. You're going to have to hurt. You're going to have to, because I'm not saying it's easy, you're going to have to feel some stuff that you don't want to feel. We're so used to just putting a Band-Aid over it, and it doesn't work like that. You got to snatch that Band-Aid off. And go to a treatment if you got to go to treatment. Some people do it for church. They was always saying, Blossom, you need to go to NA meetings and AA meetings. But see, Bill, the one who wrote the AA book, he went up under that bridge with me. That was Jesus. Because I probably would have had Bill out there smoking. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you got to do what you got to do for you. Like I said, it's nothing like being clean and sober. Because if I wouldn't be clean and sober, I wouldn't be sitting here today. You know what I'm saying? So, I tell people, I want to live before I die. My dad used to be in the group Sly and the Family back in the 80s. And my dad and I, we used to get high together. And he used to sit there and play the bass. And I said, Face, what you doing? He said, Big Head, I used to be in the band. And I thought he was lying, you know what I'm saying? Because all my childhood life, he was used to bang and freebase back then. But he was. But my dad died with his dream. I don't want to be like that, So is it easy? No, it's not. You got to take 1 minute at a time. People say a day, 1 minute at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, death come. You're gonna have people that die. Back in the days if my dad would have died when I was out there smoking, I probably would have been laying in the casket with him. So God had anointed me to do his funeral, and when he was laying in the casket, all is well. You know what I'm saying? Yes. All is well. We'll see each other again. So I had to look at stuff like this. Not that I'm heartless, but you got to put that you have to put on the big boy pants or big girl pants and do what you got to do. Like I said, God bless me, I'm a nonprofit organization, which is called From Under a Bridge, Safe Haven Home for Women. And I went before Habitat and told them my dreams and everything. I was asking them to build a home for me. Well, unfortunately, they couldn't build a home because I didn't fall up under their guideline. But God bless it. You have people tell you, I'll do something for you. I remember she saying, well, Blossom, as soon as you get your status, we'll do this. And I walked out my car saying, I ain't going to do nothing. But God. So when I did get it, and I called her back, she said, oh, Blossom, she said, I forgot to call you. She said, we have a piece of land that we're never going to use, and we had a board meeting, so we're going to give you that. So they gave me my land. God bless, I had a lawyer that did the paperwork. He said, Blossom, this is a gift from me to you. He turned the deeds over. I had a woman of God that gave me the $1,500 for my building permit. So God just laid foundation. So now I got my first bid for $150,000 to build a 3-bedroom, 2-foot bath, washer, dryer, kitchen, nook area. And this home will be for women that want to stay clean and sober.
Right.
They could stay 8 months to a year, because if you let us stay too long, we'll make it to a flop house.
Exactly.
So, like I said, we had to be retaught, because me paying bills back in the days, if they turned my power off, I would wait till it get dark, and I would come take your meat off of your house and put on my house. That's how I paid my light bill. How I paid my water bill, I would wait till they go around the corner, get a wrench, and turn the water on. So you got to teach us this kind of stuff. You got to go inside and pay this. If you need if you got to go to therapy, okay, you're gonna go to therapy. If you need to go to school, if you need to get your children back, so this home will be like that right there. If they have not saved enough money by the time it's for them to exit, then we'll do it month by month. You know what I'm saying? Then my second home, which will be called Tears from Under a Bridge, that'll be for women and children. So that's what my dream is, to build so many treatment facilities for women, because men will go in Alabama. They don't like to really do for a lot of women, because they say we messy, we keep up too much. They'd rather house men than women.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So. And I went before our mayor in my city asking, because they have grants. And he told me, he said, Blossom, I believe in everything you're doing, but you're going to have to go outside of Alabama to get the money. I got a little discouraged, because, they got these grants. So why I can't get it? But like I said, if God closed that door, he got something better.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So like I said, that's what I'm doing. If I'm not traveling, telling my story, God's blessed me. I've been on Pastor Clifford Dollar's show. And what I loved about that show, God allowed me to be myself, and Pastor Dollar allowed me to be myself. Because, like I said, I can laugh about this stuff now, God has blessed me. I've done 5 projects with TBN. And I have a lot of people say, have your books made the money back? God has blessed me over what finance that was put in the book. So, like I said, from under a bridge is where I used to live, in the backseat of my car. I tell people to this day, I still have to remember to straighten out my legs, because I slept in a fetal position for so long. And as we know, that's what the enemy wants to do. He wants to keep us bound. But when Jesus went to the cross, he freed us. So like I said, anybody that's out there, everybody got a bridge. Everybody got. So what I'm suggesting today, or just want to say, please come from up under your bridge and live.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because God has so much in store for us. Don't worry about what they're going to talk about you regardless.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. But if you want something out of life, you're going to have to stop being scared. You're going to have to stop holding your head down, because there's nothing down there. There's nothing behind you. It's all in front of you. And so that's what I'm doing today. I'm just looking forward.
Yes, and I had to ask you that one question. What was that time like when you first realized God was who he was?
When... in that kitchen, in that crack house, he had, I remember one time I was in court, and I had a violation, and I was so sick of probation, because I wasn't finna pay them people, because that was my get high money. I wasn't finna check in every month. You understand me? And so my mama, she came to visit me. She crying, Blossom. They was offering me 9 years. So off the 9, I'd have done about 5 years. I was ready to just go. My mom was like, "You could do it." No, ma'am, I can't. So when we went to court, the same judge that sent me to prison, he was back up there, and there was one guy sitting over in the jury part in state. They was going through the books, and so never forget the judge said, "So y'all, we want to." My name was White at the time. He said, "So y'all want to send Miss White back to prison?" He said, "Tell me why we should look in them books." So he put his legs up on his desk, and he looked over at the guy that was sitting in the jury box, and the man just nodded his head. So at this time, the state just going, because I was supposed to go back, and so at this time, he said, "Okay." And he started saying all these legal words, and my lawyer was standing next to me. He said, "I've never heard of this before." I said, "Lord, have mercy." Then I gave me, I'm going for it. Got scared then, trying to act like I'm tough, like Tupac, standing there, all handcuffed in an orange jumpsuit so big. I said, they gave me how much time? He said, Blossom, I've never seen this. I said, "What?" I started crying.
Thought you would go.
Yeah. I said, so how much time I got to do? 9. He said, no, you going home. I said, who? Me?
You want to do it?
He did that. I walked out of there scot-free. So, like I tell you, he showed me that. He's showing me now because I'm sitting here laughing and talking. God is just good.
Oh, yes.
He said, now, he said, now that's my child. I know what she will do and what she won't do. Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, it just, and then that night in that crack house, when I said I was just tired, mm-hmm. and when he allowed me to walk out that dope house, and people like, where you going? This old part, where you going, girl? Back in the day, I was like, I'll be right there. But I said, I'm through. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I haven't smoked none since.
Mm-hmm. Look at God.
But God.
But God. Only He can do it.
Only one.
Yes,
He took that taste out of my mouth and the alcohol. And I struggled with the cigarettes, but then I got into a church down in Miami, and my bishop, and I thank God for her. She's gone to heaven now. Mm-hmm. But she was from the streets too. You got to have somebody. Because I was one of the more big thuggish kind. So she was a bishop. She had them been out in the street, big dope dealer back in the days and everything. So God knew who to put us with. Mm-hmm. And her son, I was one Sunday morning, I was trying to stop smoking water patch. I had my last patch on, and he said, "What you want prayer for?" And I said, "I want to stop smoking." And then he spoke in my spirit, and so like I said, He's God. So I'm not perfect, but I serve a perfect God.
Yeah, but nobody's perfect.
Right, yeah.
Nobody's perfect. But if you had a chance to tell the world one positive thing out there, what would that thing be?
God is a deliverer.
Yes.
He is. Like I said, everybody got a bridge. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that eat a lot, addicted to porn, just... doing things behind closed doors, and, don't nobody know. I had one friend, she said that her cousin used to get high in the closet, and they asked them, well, what you get in the closet? Because I don't want God to see me. But it was God everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like I said, because God is faithful, and what it is, He already know what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah, but
we're going to do it. Mm-hmm. So what I would say to people, just be true to yourself, because when I can be true to Blossom, I can be true to you.
Right.
So just being true, you know what I'm saying? You just, if you need the help, stop being ashamed. Go check yourself in. There's too many treatment facilities. Go to the hospital. Say you're going to kill yourself. I've done that before, where they Baker Act me, you know what I'm saying? So, because I was just tired. And then and you got to get around from the people, places, and things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
No matter what, because we're going to have life issues. Yes. But just because I go through something, that don't mean I got to go back and get high about it, He said that He'll never leave us nor forsake us. So that's it.
Yes, and we're going to have to definitely bring you back and get an update on all the things God's doing for you. I'm so excited to know and see where He's taking you. And for those that's just tuning in, but this is the first time, you got to check out the rest of the podcast. And the ones that just now been watching, thank you. And thank y'all all for tuning in. Make sure you check out the book and her show, and look out for that movie, Grandmother's Faith, because she is playing the grandmama to the T. And for those out there that need to hear, I love you, and God love you more. And thank you again.